There's the thing that happens at the end of a quarter. You look up from whatever you were doing, and suddenly 3 months have passed. And you're left asking, okay, what actually happened? So that's what this episode is, a personal Q1 wrap up. Topic by topic, everything that moved, everything I shipped, everything I finally stopped avoiding. Some of it surprised me, some of it took more of me than I expected, and all of it is worth naming. Let's go through it. Number one, I started this channel. This wasn't really planned. There was no roadmap, no I'm going to start a YouTube channel moment. It just kind of happened. An idea that suddenly became real before I had time to overthink it. And here we are. Number two, I start building my freelance website. It's not live yet, but hey, I started. I opened the file, made decisions, and got moving on it. For something I have been putting off, this first step mattered more than it might look like from the outside. Number three, I closed my first Upwork job of the year, and it happened organically. I didn't send a proposal, didn't spend a single connect. A lead found me, we talked, and quickly closed a project together. Small, but significant. It set the tone for how I want this side of things to grow. Number four, I shipped a watchOS interface. First time designing for a watch app, and it was an interesting challenge. Everything is smaller, the attention window is even shorter, and the constraints force very intentional decisions. I learn a lot, and I hope more projects like this come my way. 5. I got my best paying Upwork project so far, and once again, another organic lead. No proposals, no connects, not a huge number, less than $100. But hey, my highest so far, and again, significant. It is another piece of validation that I can get international jobs on my own. It converted into a project, and we are already talking about the next phase. Next, I close a project on Contra. I have been on Contra for months, applying, mostly hearing nothing. Then finally, a bigger engagement. I'm working on user flows, wireframes, UI stuff, and handoff for a team in a time zone more than 10 hours ahead of me, in Thailand. The coordination alone has been its own kind of a skill. 7. I survived a rough project. 8 weeks. I'm not going to detail it because some things don't deserve more of my energy. What I will say is, it was the kind of project that takes something from you. I got through it, and I'm glad it's over. Number 8. Got a 2-week break from my 9 to 5. I took some time off to slow down. It was necessary in a way I hadn't fully admitted to myself before the break. Although I'm still working on freelance job and personal projects, I felt good on need to race against the clock and always be mindful of schedules and commitments. Number 9, I started therapy. I have been put this off for a long time. I knew I needed it. I kept finding reasons to wait. I got tired of these excuses. So I went, and I'm still going. Then, I was invited to be a founding partner in a startup. This one, I'm still processing. My co-founder and I are currently in the definition phase, figuring out what the company is, what it operates, what it stands for. We should be up running soon. Then I read my first book of the year. I know, not impressive as its own, but I notice when I'm reading and I'm not. Q1 hadn't been great for that habit, and this felt like getting back. Number 12. I participated in 2 contra challenges, and I got featured on the discovery page. Both challenges happened late into the night, the kind of work session that ends and you're not sure if it's very late or very early. And in one of them, I had my first experience with 3D modeling. Completely new territory. I kept pushing forward, published the project on the challenge page, and then it paid off with a feature on the discover page on Contra. Next, small but again meaningful, I finished paying off a loan. No fanfare, just done. One less wait. 14, I bought an R36X, a small retro handheld. Playing old games in the palm of my hand, curled up in the couch, is been one of the best quality of life decisions I've made in a while. Honestly, didn't expect it to matter this much. And next, I aggressively cut doomscrolling. I deleted TikTok, set daily limits on Instagram. Turn out, when you give your idle moments to something that actually brings you joy, like replaying an old game, you want the mindless scroll a lot less. The R36X probably gets credit for this one too. 16. I put more intention into work life balance. Not a dramatic change, more of a consistent, deliberate shift. Choosing how I spend time instead of just reacting to what demands it. It's still a practice, but I'm paying more attention now than I was in January. And that's it. There was a lot of happening in the between of this. Things that didn't make the list, small moments, quiet weeks, days that blur together. But these are the points I see as milestones, the ones worth naming. Quill 2 is already moving, and I'll be back to talk about it. But for now, if you made to the end of this video, thank you. This is still a new space for me, and I'm figuring out as I go. And if any of this resonated, or if you're doing your own version of a Q will wrap up, I would gently like to hear about it. Put there in the comments, and I see you in the next one.
Hmm?